So tell me a little bit about your love of Dr. Seuss and your background with Dr. Seuss.
I have loved Dr. Seuss since a very young age. My mom, I guess, just sort of started pounding it into me, my brother and sister, and I when we were little. And the Lorax in particular was a book that had a very special place on our bookshelf for some reason. I don't know why, but when I heard these guys were making it, I just immediately was like, I got to be a part of this. Dr. Seuss just speaks to children. I don't know how he does it. He's just a genius. Beautiful stories, beautifully told.
And speaking of geniuses, there are some phenomenal people behind this movie. I mean, they made some great characters. Not only did they do another Dr. Seuss movie, but they created just such lovable characters for Despicable Me. And now with the Lorax, I saw it on Saturday, and it's phenomenal. Like, the characters are so lovable, so sweet. Can you tell me a little bit about the whimsy and the fun that you see in there?
Well, you can kind of see behind me a little bit of the visual language of this movie, which is just breathtaking. And the character designs, I should say, of the designs of all these characters are really cool. And some of them are sort of sweet and funny, and some of them are austere and a little spooky. And it just covers the whole gamut. And all of these characters are so engaging and unique. It's easy when you're telling a big story like this to just kind of have a lot of generic kind of archetypal characters that just fill a role. These animators and the director and writers have gone to great lengths to really give every single little creature or person such a unique personality. It's awesome.
And your voice is phenomenal in it because you aged a lot, and you had to with that character. But were you amazed when you heard about the other voices that were going to be in this movie with you?
This is an incredible ensemble cast, and it is a real honor to be a part of it. Danny DeVito, just one of the great comedy actors and directors of all time. Of course, Betty White, just a legend. And then Rob Riggle plays Mr. O'Hare. He's a very old friend of mine and someone with whom I did comedy forever and ever years ago. And what a joy to kind of be brought together on such a cool project. Jenny Slate is another just phenomenal comedian. And of course, Zach and Taylor are just epic performers in their own right. So it's pretty cool.
So this is a pretty fantastic world. If you could take anything out of the world of the Lorax, what would it be? Would it be a Barbalot? Would it be a truffle tree? Or would it literally be maybe what you created as the Once-Slayer, your invention?
If I could take anything out of the world of the Lorax, I mean, there's a lot of cool things in this world. There are Swami swans, which are beautiful flying swans. And there are humming fish, which are these singing goldfish that are adorable. The Barbaloots are cuddly, and they're like little sort of walking teddy bears. But if I could pull one thing out of that world, it would be the Lorax. If the Lorax could hop up and sit on my lap and have a conversation with me, I would be the happiest person in the universe.
And I gotta ask you, I mean, you voiced this movie, you were a huge part of this movie. When you saw it on screen, were you just amazed by the product that you saw? What did you think when you were there on Saturday and you saw this movie?
Well, it's funny because this is the first animated movie that I've done, and usually when I'm working on a movie or a TV show, I'm there, I'm acting, I'm seeing the scenes play out around me. I see the sets, I know what people look like, I know what I'm kind of involved with, and so I have a pretty good idea what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. For 2 years, I went into a voiceover booth and just like said things and just kind of acted in a void, and I had no idea exactly kind of how it was going to come together. 2 days ago, I saw this movie, and I was like, oh my God, this is insane. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. It also kind of it's just jaw dropping because it kind of makes you realize what a just massive collaboration something like this is, and I'm such a little part of it. I mean, my character is prominent in the movie, but from an actual execution standpoint, all I did is like say a bunch of things. I mean, the design of this whole world, the movement of the characters, the animation, the storytelling, the songs. John Powell wrote this incredible score with great big epic musical numbers. It's visually mind-blowing. That's all I can say.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You did such a great job, by the way. I
Thank
love
you.
the ones there.
All right.